So to continue our build-up to Sunday's Skoda big match, Ballygunner versus Passage in the County Senior Hurling Final, I caught up with Ballygunner defender Philip Mahoney and Passage All-Star Noel Connors. Well, Philip retired from inter-county hurling back in January, and he admitted that he found it difficult to combine club and county.
Yeah, it probably is. It's probably hard to, I would have went all in with Waterford, and you have to turn around then and go all in again with Ballygunner, and we were lucky enough to get a good few runs in Munster Club. We didn't win many of them, but it probably does make it easier when you can probably switch off for a while and that kind of thing and get the body right, but I wouldn't change any of it anyway.
Right. Did you have any second thoughts about the retirement when you saw Waterford lining out in the league and making good progress under Liam Cahill, I suppose, up until the COVID-19 lockdown?
Look, I think any time, like when you put so much into something for so many years and that kind of thing, you're not going to walk away straight away and feel like it's absolutely gone and it's perfect, that kind of thing. But there was days when Páirce was going off to the league games and I was asking myself, would I like to be going off playing the games? And the answer was no, if I'm being totally honest, you know what I mean? So I've thought about it long enough, and it was something I was playing in my mind over a number of years, but it's just all about Ballygunner now, and I'm very lucky to be, we've been successful enough over the last number of years and that kind of thing, and just throwing a lot in with Ballygunner, and that's the way it is now.
Yeah. So no regrets?
No, look, as I said, I missed the lads more so than actually playing and that kind of thing. I've a lot of very, very good friends, and do you know what I mean, I'd be supporting them all the way and that kind of thing, but look, I just felt like I wasn't enjoying it as much as I possibly could have been and that kind of thing. And for me, to be good enough for the team and that kind of thing, I felt like I was probably, just after doing it long enough, I didn't want to be staying around because other people might spend longer at it. I just wanted to make my own decision and that kind of thing, and people probably might say, oh, you could have kept playing, blah blah blah, but for me, I just wasn't, I just felt the time was right, and I wouldn't change it, to be honest.
I suppose you would never have expected that it would have taken so long to get back into the club scene after the COVID-19 lockdown. Was the appetite and the hunger back by the time we got back training, Philip?
Yeah, I think every hurler in the country in football are the same. A lot of idle time there for a long number of months and that kind of thing, and it was just great to get back in amongst the lads and that. We didn't see each other for months and that kind of thing. It kind of felt weird at the start. You were obviously talking to the lads and that kind of thing, but you weren't seeing them face to face and that kind of. But look, it's great to be back. It's massive challenge again next week now against local rivals, Mount Sinai Passage and that kind of thing, and just hopefully get on the right side of the result again.
And just a final one, Philip. I was talking to Kieran Bennett recently. He picked up golfing during the lockdown. Maurice Shanahan was out doing cycling. Did you pick up any hobbies at all during the 3 or 4 months?
I played a bit of golf anyway. That's probably one thing. But then they shut the courses down. So no, look, it was busy enough with other things at home and that kind of stuff as well. And we did a bit of cooking and that kind of thing, trying to feed my brothers and that kind of stuff for a while. But that kind of petered out again. But the golf was definitely one thing that was a nice outlet to have. You could go off for 4 or 5 hours and that kind of thing. But it's on the back burner now, and please God, after next Sunday we go back at the golf again for the winter.
Swings it across the face of the goal. It's goal! Would you believe it's in the back of the net? The ball came across high, it was hanging, and into the back of the net. Was it Philip Mahoney? Was it the number 5? I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was Philip Mahoney.
The ball was Connor Power, sent it across, it was hanging in the air, in came the number 5, not known for his scoring power. He's got the most crucial score Ballygunner have got in their colourful history.
Now you're hurling. Lorna Porca with Tomás McCarthy on WLR.
Well, I also spoke to Passage defender Noel Connors following last Sunday's surprise win over Mount Sinai. Passage have been outsiders all season long, and Connors says that they relish the role of underdogs.
Yeah, I suppose it's, as players you probably don't pay too much attention to it. Now that's probably not to sound arrogant or ignorant about it, but you just don't, you just kind of get on with it. You go out and train, and it just becomes a cycle of life where you just go in with the lads and just train as hard as you can. And it's nothing new, I suppose, coming from Passage. They're always underdogs regardless of who you're playing. I suppose that the comment at the start of the year was lucky to get out of the group stages, but we didn't even think about that. We knew that we had a good group of young lads here that we'll definitely put our shoulder to the wheel. A small few old fellas still left on the panel, and we just drove it on. We just drove it on for the couple of weeks that we had pre-season, and we got our head together and we just drove on as one. And look, we're really enjoying it. We're really enjoying our hurling. There's no pressure on us, and I suppose that's just Passage hurling, isn't it, really?
You just were chatting to lads in the circle there after. You know what's waiting for you next week as well, though, don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think anyone in Waterford or beyond is under any illusions that Ballygunner will be vast favourites. I suppose most people know now I don't watch too many GA matches, but Ballygunner, I suppose, threw up a cricket score against Lismore, and to be honest, Lismore, if you look at Lismore's team, like they're very, very impressive. So that's kind of the standard that they're at, and they have been over the last 10 plus years. And you can even see the underage and coming the whole way through. Like they have 3 or 4 teams at adult level, and they're all performing and competing. Look, we're going to be massive underdogs again, but look, we're in the county final, and where else do you want to be?
David versus Goliath, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose with that in mind, you go out and you just you enjoy it, and that kind of is probably a cliche that's probably overused in hurling. But when you're going out against a team that have been very successful over the last 10 plus years, what else can you do? You just go out there and you try and win every ball, you fight for every ball. And the bottom line with this is it's a very simple game. It's the team that puts in as many hooks and blocks and tries a few different things, or the team generally that comes out on top.
Just a word on Michael, you see the passion like it means to him. This might as well be his club, like that's the passion he has for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I suppose Michael was here the last 5 years, give or take, and I suppose he's really bought into it. Coming from a tiny village, a very small fishing village on the outskirts of Waterford City, what else do you expect? When you come into the village, you nearly know every kind of individual that's there. I see 2 of the older men that were involved in the club and in the back room of the club for the last number of years, and they came in just to kind of congratulate us, or outside listening to it or something. So that kind of gives you a kind of a small indication of what it is to be from Passage. But look, in fairness, Michael has been phenomenal since he came in. He really drove us on, always pushing the boundaries with us, and where else did you want to be?